Let's get you all the business news now. A volatile day of trade ended on a positive note. While Nifty had scaled Mount 20K, it was for the first time that it ended above the 20,000 mark. After yesterday's fall, PSU banks bounced back today. On the other hand, IT and non-banking financial company shares were under pressure. Alex Matthew with a wrap of all the market action.
Equity markets made a comeback, at least on the broader end of the spectrum. For the benchmark index, the Nifty 50, today was a momentous day because for the first time ever, it closed above 20,000. Gains were not very large. Of course, we ended with gains of about 0.4%, but the breadth was tilted in favor of the gainers. From the broader markets, a lot of the names that were beaten down in the session yesterday recovered some ground, and you had the Nifty mid-cap index that ended with gains of about 0.1%. The small-cap 250 index, on the other hand, gained as much as 1%. Now, the sectoral picture is interesting to watch because most sectors gained. The banking and the financial pack were the leaders there. The Nifty Bank gaining as much as 0.9% or thereabouts, and you had the PSU names that were in focus. So the PSU banking pack as a whole gained about 4%, in fact more than 4% in trade. Auto and IT were the two underperformers in trade today. IT, remember, was the bright spot in trade yesterday. Among the top gainers on the Nifty 50, you have the likes of Coal India, Grasim, Tata Consumer, all with gains of 3% or more. Bharti Airtel and Titan also gained ground. Titan, in fact, hitting an all-time high. Among the losers, you had HDFC Life, which was the worst performer, followed by Mahindra & Mahindra, Cipla, Adani Ports and L&T. Now, there were several names from the broader markets that would have made the headlines, but paucity of time, so I will name a few. ITI, it's on a roll, gained another 20% today. In fact, it's gained 56% over the last 3 sessions after it announced the launch of its proprietary laptop. Indiabulls Housing Finance ended with gains of over 12%. There's believed to have been a block deal in that counter. And you have Coffee Day Enterprises, which ended with gains of 20% after the NCLAT threw away its insolvency proceedings. All told, positive session. We'll have to see if these gains hold.
The India story continues to take shape as the bulls pull the Nifty past the 20,000 mark. Julius Abay's Mark Matthew says India is quite unique in the emerging market space. How does India compare to its emerging market peers? Here's what he had to say.
I'd say there's two things that differentiate it positively from its peer group. The first is the return on equity, which is in the high teens for India Inc., is quite a bit higher than the emerging market average, which is closer to 10%. And I don't really know off the top of my head why that is, but it is. I guess that other emerging markets just don't have as companies as profitable as Indian ones are. And the second thing is the growth. We can find many companies in India where we think that earnings will double within the next 5 years. We cannot find many in other emerging markets. We can find a handful in each, but when I mean a handful, I literally mean, this many. Whereas in India, there's several dozen. So it's that combination of highly profitable companies and companies that have a strong earnings growth that I think make it quite unique in the emerging space.
The shares of Titagarh Rail Systems have rallied over 50% over the past 6 months. BQ Prime's Neeraj Shah was at the company's West Bengal facility and he spoke to VC and MD Umesh Chaudhary on the company's growth projections and expansion plans. So catch the entire conversation on BQ Prime tomorrow at 12 p.m.
Cash flow problem, normally we've seen it happening on the EPC contracts. If you really look at our business model, we do not do any project work, we do supply work. Budget is allocated at the time of the union budget exercise, that there is funding happening from IRFC, bond issuance and all of that. In the last 25, 26 years of our existence, knock on wood, we've not seen payment problems happening and we hope that it continues.